What's up guys, this is vanilla, not a flavor but just a sweet. And yes, it's that time of the month again. Ta 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 tick tock 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 tick tock. Yep, today I'm gonna talk about the anime that came out this season. And oh my gosh, there is a lot of romance anime that came out this season. But again, I couldn't watch them all because of time, so I'm just gonna be reviewing 17 or 18 series. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The first series is Bang Dream. Now I'm sure you're thinking, that sounds like a title for a hentai. That's what I thought as well, until I found out it's actually more like K-On! Than any hentai out there. It's just a name, guys. It's just a name. I mean, seriously, what were they on when they thought about this title? Were they like, hey, let's make another anime like K-On! Oh, what should we name it? I don't know, something about dreams? Oh, how about Sparkle Dream? No, that's too corny. What about Bang Dream? Oh, I like what you're thinking. Weird title aside, I actually think that this anime is not that good, however it's not that bad either. While it does resemble K-On! In some way, it also resembles Love Live in a lot of ways as well. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this series is really bad because it has copied characters, but perhaps if I haven't seen K-On! Or Love Live, I would have enjoyed this anime. However, I've seen both of them, so this doesn't really count as enjoyable to me. But still, if you like music-themed anime, then I totally recommend you check the series out. Next up is Demi-chan wa Kataritai, or Interviews with Monster Girls. The story takes place in a world where monsters such as Dullahans, vampires, and succubi are accepted by the society. And now they have to live their lives normally, such as normal humans do. However, they have to live with what they have. And what they have is a whole lot of crazy. What I like about the series is that it tackles how people or monsters are very different from each other, but they're not that different because we can actually relate to them, and they also share the same problems that we do. Because I'm sure we've all had our heads decapitated, right? Right? Nice to see something that's supernatural while it's still slice of life. So if you want to find your next Monster Girl waifu, then I recommend you check this series out. Speaking of Monster Girl waifus, let's talk about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. What if from out of nowhere, a maid dragon suddenly comes up to your house and tells you that they're in debt to you? Well, this is pretty much what this series is about. The story revolves around a guy, let's just call him a guy? Girl? Fuck that, I'm just gonna call her Kobayashi. So Kobayashi went out drinking and then she suddenly got mixed up with this dragon maid that now she has to take care of. She cleans for Kobayashi, she cooks for Kobayashi, she gives her tail for Kobayashi? What? Now, at first glance, you might think that this is just a comedy anime. Well, it's more than just that. It might not seem like it, but it also talks about diversity between two beings. And they do this in a very comedic manner, and that's pretty much why I love this series. Also, it's made by KyoAni, so if you're interested in shows like K-On! Or Lucky Star, then you might actually like this series. Next up is Urara Mero Cho. The story revolves around a girl who lives in a forest and dreams of someday going to town to meet her father. Along the way, she meets her friends, and through some explanation, she finds out that she can't immediately meet her parent. She can, however, if she tries to be the best profession there is. And so together with her friends, she takes the test to make him the best profession ever. Wait, why does that plot sound familiar?
Wait a minute!
But if you're looking for something unique about this series, it's the Yuri action. However, despite the moe blob and kawaii shit, I actually enjoyed it, and maybe you guys might as well. Speaking of moe blob, here's a show that I guarantee you will love. Ever wonder what it would be like if an angel fell from heaven? Well, this is basically it. After falling on Earth, she vows to spread the goodness in all of human beings. Then she turns into a good-for-nothing gamer. And she's not the only messed up one here. There's a devil who acts like an angel who acts like a devil, and a devil who's just being bullied all the time because she's a douchebag. Now, I really love the irony that they portrayed in the show. And you don't have to be a Christian just to understand what's going on. You can be whatever religion you want and you would still laugh out loud. And if you are a Christian and thinks that this is a hedonistic show, don't worry. They make fun of Satan. A lot. So if you want a really satirical and yet funny anime, then I recommend you check this series out. Now it's time for a new segment called Do Not Watch This Anime! Do not watch an anime called Handshakers, because despite the great production value, it has nothing else to offer at the table. Also, you know it's a bad anime when it scored lower than Boku no fucking Pico. I'm not gonna let this series get to me, so let's just move on to the next series. Schoolgirl Strikers Animation Channel. Now I have a few issues regarding this series, specifically the characters. Now if you look at the cover, just the cover, you'll notice that the first girl you'll see looks like the girl from Origairu, and then the other one also from Origairu, and the other one looks like Hestia, and the other one looks like Maki from Kisniver, and the girl looks like Toka from Tokyo Ghoul without the bangs. And with that factor alone, it made me think that this series kinda just looks like Fantasy Star mixed with all your favorite waifus. Despite that, however, I don't think this series is bad. If you like action with schoolgirls or schoolgirl action or girls in action shorts, then you might want to give this show a shot. This is a story about love, courage, and friendship about the girls, and nobody really cares, they just want hot girls. Also, there's some hot shower scenes each episode, so if you like shower scenes, then you should definitely check this series out. Now, as much as I want to talk about the other series, I can't talk about all of them in just one video, so I'm just gonna make this a two-part series. Stick around, lots more shows to come. There's Fuka, there's Masamune-kun no Revenge. You just have to wait for that new video, or if it's already out, links in the description. As always, this is Vanul, and I'll see you in part 2.